Hey there, and welcome to the new way of doing the newsletter, or as I like to call it, the Viewsletter. My name is Brett Jackson. I'm an international, independent author, productivity lover, and gadget user. This weekly email newsletter is a place where I share my journey as a time travel author. Each week, there is a manuscript update, book recommendation, I answer your questions, and more. So, let's get started. Recently, I released a video that explained how I'm making changes to my author business to help fit each piece of my rather clunky author jigsaw together. In the teaser last week, I said the following: a new name is coming for this newsletter and for the whole British Books experience. After lots of reflection and a few time loops, it's clear that things need to align under one unique, exciting identity. Oh, and did I mention we're going visual? A YouTube channel is on the way. Expect time travel storytelling, writing advice, productivity hacks, and some fun behind the scenes moments, all in a format that brings the stories and sci-fi chaos to life. This isn't just a rebrand, it's a reboot with clarity, creativity, and connection at the core. More details soon, and maybe even a sneak peek. And here it is, the sneak peek. This video is all about what's changing, what I've been up to, and how it's all coming together. I mentioned a reboot, and boy, have I been busy. Changes include new website. The new website is coming along and is fresher, more up to date, and shows off my life as an author with a foggy brain. It also has links to all the books I've written and much more. Here is a bit of a reveal. Can you guess what the name of the new website, YouTube channel, and this Viewsletter will be? New newsletter, now with video. The video newsletter is now on its second week with a video, and I hope this new format is better for you. Each week, the full video will be published in the newsletter, and each individual section will be released throughout the week for anyone who wants a shorter format. For newsletter readers, don't worry, this only means one newsletter per week, so no panic. This will also make it easier for people who want to only watch certain themes of videos. Say, for example, if you only want to watch the videos asking me questions and my Q&As, my featured videos, that sort of thing. There will be new ways of interacting. Because the videos will be on YouTube, this will make it easier to comment on the content, and subscribing to the channel means you'll always be notified of the latest video releases. I'm going to be changing the release date for the newsletter. So far, Fridays is a nice way to start the weekend, but I feel it's time to switch things up and start delivering the newsletter to your inbox on a Monday instead. This means you start the week with the latest news from me instead of having to wait. As I've mentioned, the sections of the newsletter will be converted to video as I move from the written format to easy to watch. So, in summary, there will be a new website, new YouTube channel, and a new look newsletter. Let's get on to the next exciting installment. Hello, and welcome to my writing room. If we haven't met before, I'm Brett Jackson. I'm an independent author, and I write books through the haze of brain fog. This week, I have the following entries in my bullet journal: adding new stuff to the website, creating newsletter content, edited some chapters, and more. I also spent some time with my wife and a friend at a performing arts centre near Yorkshire, and we watched Six. The story is a modern take on the story of Henry VIII and his 6 wives. The twist is that the 6 wives have formed a pop band and are in all and they're all in agreement that the band has too many people in it. So they arrange a competition to see who has the worst life with King Henry. And the woman who has the worst life gets booted out of the band. This week, we also went to Lincolnshire and spent some time with family. The dino pit was a hit, and the kids absolutely loved every minute of it, finding new bones and learning about T-Rexes. We then spent some time walking around the local area on a dinosaur trail. Good times! Recently, I've been searching online for a monitor riser to raise the height of my computer screen. They often range from around 30 quid upwards, so I was really happy when I found one in great condition at a local charity shop for just 4 quid. Result! In this week's Ask the Author segment, I shall be answering the following question. How do I tell my clones apart? I love this question. I've never been asked it before. If you're not familiar with my time travel series, Time Clones, in the books I have a lot of clones, in fact armies of them. Most are numbered, and in the first book, as the time travel tech was being perfected, there were some technical mishaps. This resulted in different things happening to most of the clones, and I used these unique features to name each one of them. Their characters, their names, all of those details to differentiate each one of them are written down in a spreadsheet so that I can keep track. Thanks for asking this question. I really enjoyed answering it. If you have any questions you'd like to ask the author, please leave a comment underneath this video. Book of the Week. Introducing J.L.Burrows. If you aren't aware, my author friend J.L.Burrows, or Jennifer, shares a newsletter swap list. So, as part of this list, several authors swap each other's books. This week, I'm pleased to announce that J.L.Burrows' book Freefalling, Book 1 of the Reconditioned series, is my Book of the Week. Jennifer Burrows has a message in her heart about God's love, and she shared that when she was a musician in her father's church as a missionary to underprivileged children in a third world country, and as a wife who stood by her husband through terminal brain cancer, that God miraculously healed. Now she's sharing God's powerful love through the art of fiction, pouring herself into edifying and helping other writers, and teaching others how to use faith in the face of adversity. Jennifer teaches in the greater Nashville area where she lives with her husband and her 2 children. You can get to know her better at her website jlburrows.com or connect with her on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. Here's the pitch. Sia, her illegal AI tech, furry beast companion and a ragtag group are pitted against a government with cutting-edge technology and genetically modified bioweapons. The odds are stacked against them, but the truth needs to rise out of the deception. Will Sia find a hero within herself and face down a future on the brink of oblivion? Under the dome, peace reigns forcefully. 180 years in the future, the US government eradicates warfare and violence. Serenity should feel safe, but she doesn't. Serenity knows 2 things for certain. Finishing her government-assigned community service as a teacher is mandatory in order to start her adult life. And stopping those in power from reconditioning 2 of her favourite students will ruin her chances at a future and a life. Everything she thought she once knew to be true suddenly is now in question after her typically peaceful girls fight in plain view of everyone at school. The Federal Bureau of Acceptance storms in and collects them both for reconditioning. Chemical brainwashing. With no one to help, Serenity is driven into a wild rescue and escape plan. The girls can't be made into shallow children, brainwashed and limited to a menial future. All that stands between the overreaching government and her girls is Serenity's budding faith, a furry beast companion, her modified illegal AI, and a ragtag group of men and women set against the use of cutting-edge technology and genetically modified bioweapons on citizens under the dome. If any of them get caught, they will be reconditioned. If they don't move fast enough, the girls will be lost. If she doesn't become a hero, any hope of a real future will be forfeit. In her transformation from a teacher with a broken family to a radical defector, leading a team of rebels, Sarah discovers America's deadliest threat, its own government. You can grab this book from Goodreads and from Amazon. You can also find lots of social media links for J.L.Burrows in the comments below. And that's all for this week's newsletter. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future.